If you would like more videos like this, consider joining my online library. It's only $15.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Here you'll get weekly uploads of new videos around pain management yoga, restorative yoga, Ashtanga yoga, chakra yoga, all sorts. So head to www.yogatraveleronline/membership to join. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to stretch and open and engage our hips, everything about the hips. There'll be all sorts of different stretches and standing poses that we can strengthen and get some relief if there's tension there. So let's close our eyes, let our shoulders roll back a little bit so there's this open chest sensation. Tuck your chin, length through the back of the neck. And we'll just start to breathe in and out through the nose, which is Ujjayi breath. Helps us just to warm up from the inside out, makes our lungs and our heart, our diaphragm work just a little bit harder. And whenever we move our body with intention, with focus, today the focus being the hips, we want to make sure that we're doing it with mindfulness, that we're not pressing further than we should, that we're stretching just enough to feel some good sensation, some good release. Our body, our breath, that's our guide with our journey today. Good. Let's open our eyes and take a unified breath together. Bring your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, release the hands down. Just let them be on the ground here. We're just going to roll our hips. Seated on the floor or on the blanket, you might just feel some sensation. Almost more personally, I feel this through my low back. But since we're sitting crisscross, we've created that space in our low back in the sacrum area right between the hips. So I think it's all connected. Let's go the other direction. Just kind of rolling, bringing a little warmth into those joints. It's a big joint area, the hips, big muscle group. So there's going to be some movement today. Going to be some flow. It will be good. Great. Now let's just shift this kind of movement onto all fours. So come and join me on all fours. And just keep going, keep rolling. This is a little different now. You might be able to come forward. I like this forward motion. We can get into the hip flexors right there and a little bit into the sacrum. Maybe it feels good to linger on the sides. Maybe your outer hips are a little tight today, so you're coming on the sides. It's all just movement and discovery, and there's no right way. Everything is right because we're getting it all connected. Good, good. Now let's come up to into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll drop those heels down toward the mat and feel free to move here. We haven't done a lot through the back of our legs, so you might pedal if you feel like you need that. Or just hold still. A little change after moving. Sometimes it feels nice just to hold and breathe. Good, and we can get our body warm with Surya Namaskara A. So let's walk forward up toward our hands. And just let ourselves hang down into the legs. You might soften the knees. The hamstrings are connected right here into the back of the hips. So again, those are connected. But let's just gently roll up through the spine. Good. As we come up to the top, let our arms pull back. And we can begin our Sira Namaskara A. So let's start. Pretty traditional, this first one. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. You can do this with bent knees or straight knees. Straight knees will get more through those hamstrings, so whatever works best for you. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. You can lift your hands up along the legs if you'd like. Exhale, hands down. Step back to a plank. And this first time, let's lower all the way to our stomach. Bring your elbows right by your rib cage and just press into the floor and feel that in our back. Now you can feel this in the back here, but can you also feel it in the front of the hips and in the hip flexors? Exhale, lower it down. Just noticing sensation. Try it once more. Inhale, lift up. Can you feel that in the front of your hips? Maybe you can. Exhale, lower it down. Lift up onto the knees. Let them open a little wider than your hips. And let's sit back to a child's pose. Definitely a hip opening pose, especially between our hips, right here in our low back area. We can feel that sensation, that release maybe. Good. And then come up onto all fours once more, and then to your feet, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to your hands. Exhale, fold down into the legs. All that length in the back of those legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti, arms by our sides. Good. Let's take it again. We're going to add some things. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back. This time stay in plank if you're able to. Chaturanga, maybe you hover. It's perfectly fine to drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. That does stretch the front of the hips. Exhale, we'll roll back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good, nice. Now let's lift the right leg up and back behind us. And just go ahead and bend your right knee and feel that opening up through the front of the hip. You might lean a little bit into that left side so that you can feel that stretch along the front of the hip there. I can get it into my side body if I lean enough. Don't fall over though. Nice. Now let's bring our right foot forward all the way up in between our hands. Feel free to move your foot with your hand. However you can get there is great. And we're going to stay on the toe of our left foot. Lift up to the sky, and we're in crescent lunge, Ashtachandrasana. Now, if you feel very unbalanced and it's difficult to balance, you're welcome to drop the heel. That's a little bit easier. You're even welcome to drop to your knee. Whatever you can do, I will demonstrate here, but feel free to adjust as needed. Good. So here our hips are nice and square. We're not feeling a whole lot of pressure into one of the hips. It's kind of both together. But let's see what happens when we twist. Bring our hands to heart center and guide this left elbow down toward the right leg. So as we do, our hips are going to rotate toward each other. Pull back on that right hip and see if you can connect there in that twist. Welcome to do it here. Very easy to do it on your knee if you feel like the balance is too much of a challenge. But we're pulling back through that right hip to maybe feel some sensation in the outer right hip. Good. Now lift up. If you're on your knee, let's stand and drop that left heel. Both legs will come to straight and pull your hands back behind you. So you can bring your fists together, you can grab forearms, you can even come to a reverse prayer if that's possible. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. So this will target the right hip and hamstring all the way down that right leg. The straighter the knee, the better, because you'll start to feel that stretch, that length through there. Now the hamstring is not the hip, but it's directly connected up here in the glute. All of it's connected. Nice. Inhale, lift up, release the hands, reach up, and let's exhale and open to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. Good, good. So we've now got this inner thigh on this right leg. It's a rotator connecting into the hip, plus we're putting pressure on this right hip. Let's feel a little movement into that hip. Reach up, straighten both legs, inhale. Exhale, bend it down. It's melting, just like butter, into this that right hip. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend it down. Nice. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it down. Keep going. Drop your elbow to your leg. Reach overhead. Now, if you want to go deeper, we've got these blocks. You can place your block on the pinky toe side of the foot. Reach for the block and go a little bit deeper. Some of you don't even need a block. Your hand can be on the floor and you're just a little bit deeper. So do your best with whatever you can. Good. Pressing down into that hip. So we're really feeling some good pressure on that right side there. Very nice. Lift up, use that hip to engage up to stand and turn your toes toward each other. Now I'm very wide, so I'm going to step in just a little bit because I'm so wide. Let's take our hands to our waist. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Take the hands to the floor. If they can't reach, grab that block, put your hands on the block, and try to line the hands up with the feet. Do your best. Press into the floor or the block. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold back down. Your weight might shift toward the toes just a little bit so that you can feel this whole back of the hip area. And I'm going down all the way to my calves because I can feel it that far. And no, the calves are not the hips. That's different. But we get to stretch them out anyway. And how nice is that? Good. Beautiful. Press into the floor. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up. I'm actually going to move my block. Lift up. And let's step our feet together at the top of the mat. Now, if you're facing like me, you're going to go to this other side so that we can do the left. If you're facing straight on, just step forward and join me near the top of your mat. Let's do a vinyasa. We'll get into our left hip next. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward. Inhale, look up halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, step back to your plank. Feel free to drop to your knees if you want, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Nice job. Now lift the left leg up and back behind you and bend your left knee. And you might lean into that right side just a little bit and really feel how that opens up the front of the hip, hip flexor, even the side body on that left side. Good. Now bring your left foot all the way through. to the front of your mat, and you can stay on the right toes to lift up to crescent lunge, Ashtachandrasana. Now remember our options. You are welcome to drop your heel. You are welcome to drop to the knee. I will demonstrate here, but you shift as needed. Good. So our hips are square. We feel the weight right in between both hips, but that will change as we twist. Bring your hands to heart center. Start to rotate the hips. Pull that left hip back as you guide the right elbow down toward the left leg. Feel it twisting at the hips. Yes, it's getting our torso, but it really starts with the hips. Very nice. Keep control, lift up, straighten your left knee, place that right heel down. So if you're on your knee, stand up now. Take your hands behind you, come to fists, grab your forearms, reverse prayer, whatever works. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward over that straight left leg. Now it's the hamstring and the glute on that left side. The straighter the left knee, the more sensation you will feel. So work for that straight leg. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up. Nice job. Reach your arms and exhale, open up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Widen it out as needed. It's just important that the knee is not pushing over the toe, so go as wide as you can. Now let's feel this left hip really start to get warm. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, bend it down, just melting into that left hip there. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend it down. Really nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend it, melt it. Let's keep going. Drop the elbow. So that's option A. Option B, block on the pinky toe side of your foot. Option C, hand on the ground, whatever you can do. The important thing is this depth into this hip. Can you feel it right here deep into that left hip? This is building strength, plus stretching it out. Big muscle. Good. Inhale, lift up. Straightening both legs, turn your toes toward each other. I'm scooting in again just because I'm so wide. Take your hands to your hips, Prasarita Padottanasana A. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down. Use the block again if you need to. Right in front. Walk those hands back. Take a breath, inhale, lengthen your spine, shift your weight toward your toes. Exhale, fold back into it. Now we're going to change this just a little bit in a moment, but first, enjoy the stretch all the way down the backs of those legs there. Good. Let's walk our hands forward and just right underneath our shoulders. If you need a block, might look something like this. Let's reach the right arm up to the sky. Feel it unfurling and reaching and stretching. Good. And lower it back down. Good. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Sorry, I didn't mirror you. I just realized that. Just make sure you've done both arms. It doesn't really matter which one we started with. Good. Little twist, upper back, and lower it back down. Very nice. Look up, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up to the top. Good. Let's step our feet together at the top of our mat. I'm going to bring a block with me. You'll see why in a moment. step together at the top. Good. Let's bring it down. We're going to get into some deep stretching on the floor. So reach up, inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway, lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Feel free to drop to your knees. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Lift the right leg, inhale, up and back behind you again. Bend your right knee. So we've been here before. Lean into that left side. How does it feel? Does it feel like it's a little more stretched out? A little more warm or open? Maybe. Let's hope so. Good. And this time, as we bring our right leg forward, we're going to bring it into a bent position at the top of our mat. So we're moving toward pigeon pose, parallel to the top of the mat. Here's why I have a block. Not always can we put our hip all the way on the floor. So we might, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit. We might wedge a block underneath that hip there so that when we lay down on top, we can balance ourselves a little bit. Now, I personally like to put a block in front and come forward and lay with my head on the block. You do what works for you. You might have a block under your hip and a block in the front. You might have a little bit of both. You can't see my block, I notice. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Find a way that works for you and just start to relax if you can. This is not an easy position, at least not for me. It's pretty deep into this outer right hip here. And we're putting a lot of our weight forward into that hip. So, it sometimes is a mental game. Teaching your body how to breathe nice and slow and how to release, let go of the tension that you might feel. So just do your best, nice and slow and steady. Every exhale gets us just a little bit deeper, perhaps. Good, let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Start to lift up. And let's remove the blocks. So take the block out from under your right hip. We'll just shift that off to the side, and we're going to sit down on our right hip and bring this left leg all the way up and around. Now, options for us. Try this out first, bringing that left leg around to hook around that right. If it feels like you're just too squished up and it's uncomfortable, try extending out the right leg so that you just have the left leg bent. Adjust that as needed. And then let's extend, let's extend our right arm. Inhale, I had to think about it for a minute. Exhale, hook it on or just hug. The left hand is on the floor. Press into the ground, pull that shoulder back and feel that squeeze. Now this starts right at the base of our hips and it goes all the way up the back. So you could feel this in a multitude of areas. Lots of deep twist and rotation. Beautiful. Good. Come forward. Let's move into Gomukhasana. Lots of different options. start by bending both legs. So now I'm going to rebend the right knee if it was straight, and I'm going to set the left leg down in front. If you imagine yourself folding forward over your legs and this is going to be enough, this is where you're going to stay, because we're going to really target this outer left hip. So if this is enough, great. If you think you need more, try stacking your knees and your ankles on top of each other, and then you're going to feel it even more. If you think you'd like to try the full Gomukhasana, then you're stacking your knees on top of each other, and then we're folding forward. So there's so many different options. Now that we've got our legs placed, let's work on the arms. You'll take a strap in your right hand and then reach back for it with your left hand. So the right hand's on the top, the left hand's on the bottom, and you'll walk your hands toward each other so that you can feel the stretch along the chest. Now we don't want this happening, so make sure that you're pulling that elbow to the sky. There's enough space with your strap. Finally, let's lean forward over our legs. Good. Now the primary focus of the legs is that left hip. Hopefully you can feel that outer left hip. But there's also a lot of low back work too. Our hips are spread apart, so it's just creating that space in the sacrum. And then we've got our right tricep, our left shoulder, a little chest. This is like a power punch pose. Nicely done. Good. Now let's lift up. Beautiful work. Release the strap, unwind the legs, and bring yourself around to downward facing dog. So those of you who are following in the same direction as me, now you're facing this side of the mat, or you're facing straight forward. We're moving to our left side. So let's lift our left leg up and back behind us and bend that knee. Again, we've been here before, but does it feel different? Have we already started to release some tension? Well, that's what I hope for all of us. Good. Now bring it forward all the way through, parallel to the top of your mat. Get it all lined up. Your blocks may be by the left hip, propping yourself up. Maybe the blocks are forward like I enjoy doing, and you put your head on the block. Maybe you've got both blocks helping you out. Whatever it is, move to it and breathe deep and just feel that outer left hip. Sometimes our hips like to give us a little fight. So we just keep breathing and coaxing the body to relax little bit by little bit. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Start to lift up. And if you've got a block underneath that left hip, remove it, because we're going to sit down on our left leg and bring that right leg all the way up and around over the top. So you can have your left knee bent. You can have it straight. It doesn't matter. Just make sure this right leg is over the top of it. Extend the left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Hook it on or hug. Right hand to the floor. Sit nice and tall and feel that twist. We want to try to pull up and in through the middle of our body. So we're squeezing our center Really engaging that inner, it's called Uddiyana Bandha. It's a navel lock. We pull it up and in, and we're able to just go a little deeper in our twist. All these things are connected together. Good. Now come forward and let's lay our legs on top of each other. So, options, crisscross with the right leg in the front. Option A. Option B, fire log with the right leg on top, stacking the knees and the ankles. Option C, Gomukhasana, right leg on top, stacking knees. Find your way. Then grab your strap. Take it in your left hand, right hand from the bottom. Reach and walk your hands toward each other as far as you can so that you've got a good stretch without rounding our body. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Here's where the magic happens. In that right hip, through the sacrum in the low back, right between the hips. And then, of course, in our arms, tricep on that left side, right shoulders pulling down and back. So much going on here. For me, it feels great in my low back today. I'm loving this. Nice job. Lift up. Good for you. Release your strap. Instead of coming to down dog, we're going to open because we've done both sides. And I want to now get some internal rotators. So all that we were just doing now that was for the outer hip. So let's balance it out by having some stretch here. Helpful to have a block in the front because you might reach for it. So give that a try. The most important thing is to keep the toes pointed to the sky. So as we fold forward, don't let your toes roll in. Keep them pulled up. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, walk forward. So you may just reach for that block and this might be enough. I can feel it right through here. If you're able to go deeper, great. Then keep going and just scoot that block along. It's just something to grab, something to hold on to that helps to give you kind of like an anchor. If we had a bar on the floor, bolted into the floor, then we could reach for that, but we don't. So we're just going to use the block. But just go as far as you can, keeping those toes pointed to the sky, and hopefully you can feel this in your internal rotators. Some people are really flexible and they may not feel it, but I bet most of us will feel something. Again, our sacrum is all stretched out here in our low back. That's wonderful. Just creating lots of space there today. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Creep it up. Let's remove the block. We're going to use it for another purpose now. Bring your knee or your feet toward each other. So this is Baddha Konasana. We might take the blocks and put them underneath. Just depending on how tight we are, it might feel nice to put the blocks there. Now, as we fold forward, we're naturally going to open up through our legs. So you might find that the blocks don't help. I don't know, play around with it. It's just an option for you. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. So here's where we'll go down. I like to imagine my torso extending and then drop my head down. You can see that I do not touch my toes here. But for me, that doesn't matter. I can feel this through my hip flexors right in the front of my legs, and I can feel it through my low back. So just look for your areas of sensation. Don't be so fixated on, I can't touch my head to my toes. That's not what matters. What matters is all the good stuff you're feeling on the way down. Good. We just breathe into that spot. Feel that release happening through that low back, through the hip flexors in the front, getting all those rotators. Good. Very nice. Come back up. Lovely job. Let's lay down on our back. We'll keep the block close. Come to bridge pose. Now, bridge pose, if you're familiar with yoga, you'll say, this is a back strengthening pose. Yes, but every time we squeeze our back, we're going to stretch the front of the body. So I'm focusing right here on these hip flexors. Let's see what we can do to feel the hip flexors. Just bring your arms by your sides and start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. As you do, you're pressing this energy right here through these hip flexors. Yes, you are squeezing your back body so that you can get those hip flexors to lengthen. You can just press the hands to the floor, or you can clasp your hands underneath and kind of roll to the edges of the shoulders. So you've got that whole chest opening position going on. Good. And we'll just squeeze the back body so that we stretch the front of the body. We spend a lot of time seated. Many of us drive in cars or buses, or we're sitting at a desk job or something, and we bend at our waist and we don't stretch all of this out. So here's our chance. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. Lower yourself down. Take a little break. We're going to do one more so that if you like to do wheel pose, you can follow me through that. If you don't like wheel pose, you're just going to do a bridge pose again. But I will demonstrate wheel pose. So we're going to take our hands back behind our head. Got to get my hair out of the way. And we press into the floor and into those hands and up into the wheel pose. Now again, if this is not for you, go back, do one more bridge pose. Both of them are great. This one is, yes, just a little bit more intense. Good. Now, if you're in wheel pose and you feel like you need to come down before I say so, please do. Just tuck your chin on the way. Let's just take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're tucking our chin, coming all the way down. Everybody come all the way down. Nice work. Pull your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug. Pressing that curve of the spine to the floor to relax after bridge pose feels really nice. Good. And before we move into Shavasana, let's cool ourselves down, calm ourselves down with a spinal twist. So just take your arms out to the T and let your legs fall to that right side. Just let them fall down. We can turn our head over the left and just feel that twisting in our back. A little bit stretching of the outer hip. One last time. A few deep releasing breaths. You can even breathe out of your mouth, a big sigh if you want. Just letting it all go. We've worked hard. Now we're moving toward our reward, which is the rest. Bring your legs back to the center. And let's let them fall over to the left side. Turn your gaze to the right. And just enjoy how it feels to relax once more through the back, through the hips, neck and shoulders and chest, all of this area. Feels nice just to squeeze it out. Good. And come back to the center and then just extend your legs. One leg to each edge of the mat. If you have low back challenges, You can take your blocks and put them underneath your knees for a little elevation. That feels really nice. A pillow underneath your knees feels really nice. Just do you. Now, if you would like to do one last hip opener while you're in Shavasana, you could come to a butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. So I'll leave you to decide butterfly or just legs straight out. And I'll let you have a few moments of peace and quiet. I'll wake you up with the sound of the bell when we're done. Start to wake yourself up. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Point and flex your feet. Lengthen your legs if they are in Baddha Konasana. And stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll over to one side in fetal pose. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. I'll leave you with this quote by Buddha. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.